In this video, I'm going to teach you the 3 essential phases of building a successful life coaching business. You can't miss any of these phases, and almost everybody completely skips over phase number 1. You can't hide lack of confidence and certainty behind marketing templates and funnels. Hey everybody, this is Sean Smith, and in this edition of the Truth About Coaching show, we're going to talk about how to become a life coach. And I'm going to teach you the 3 big chunked up phases of becoming a life coach. Way too many people are creating too much complication because they're following the models that are a lot more advanced. And if you're relatively new trying to build a coaching business, the last thing you want is complication. I want you to keep it simple, get your business successful, and then you could look at scaling it. But what a lot of people are doing is searching for these one-size-fits-all approaches, like what is the right thing to do for my business? And the effect of that is that a lot of people are actually skipping the part where they get good, where they become a good coach. So I'm not interested in teaching you how to skip your developmental phase. I don't know how to teach that. I want to teach you how to develop. And there's no marketing strategy or template or funnel out there that can hide your lack of confidence or your lack of certainty. So step number 1 is to get valuable. This is the step that so many people try to jump over. And they don't intentionally say, I'm going to try to skip over being valuable. But there's not enough focus being placed in the coaching industry on becoming a good coach. When you're a good coach, the certainty that you exude is what attracts people. For a business to be successful, the product has to be valuable. So you've got to become valuable. And there are a few things that I think are critical in you becoming valuable. First of all, get certified. But don't get certified because you think people need to know that you were certified by this particular organization. There's a lot of discussion and debate in the coaching industry about which certifications are the right ones to get by their perceived value. And what I tell people all the time is, listen, the people that are hiring coaches have never heard of the coaching organizations. They don't know what they mean anyway. So they don't care that you got certified by company ABC and another coach got certified by company XYZ. The only caveat to that is the corporate world a lot of times are hiring coaches or is hiring coaches that have a certain certification because the corporations believe that that certification is important. But in the real world of just helping real people, they don't care. I've never been asked by a non-coach where I got certified. I've never been asked by a non-coach where I got certified. Let that sink in. I've only been asked by coaches who want to compare certifications. But when it comes to you getting certified, you got to get the right certification in the sense that it needs to match what you want to do with your career. If you want to be a transformational coach, then you need to get a certification that has transformation at its core. If you want to be an informational coach, sharing more information, more surface level stuff, which is totally fine, then get a certification that's going to help you be an informational coach. So you want to get certified for your certainty, not for your certification, a piece of paper on the wall. And a good certification will give you certainty in your skills, but also certainty in a coaching framework that you can follow. The second thing here is to hire a coach. You know how many people are trying to sell coaching that have never bought coaching? Number 1, I think that's fraudulent. But forget the philosophical discussion on whether it's fraudulent or not. It's extremely difficult to sell a product you haven't bought. If you haven't said yes to a coaching package, it's going to be really uncomfortable for you to sell a coaching package because you've never been on the other side and said yes. In other words, you don't know what the mind is going through and what it takes for somebody to say yes to a coaching package, and then you run out and try to sell your coaching package. This is one of the big reasons why so many coaches struggle is they don't have confidence in the sales of coaching because they've never bought coaching. The other piece of that is you can't take somebody to a level that you haven't been to yourself, especially in transformational coaching. If you want to help people deal with their internal conflicts, then you have to have done that. Otherwise, they will know that you don't have the certainty to take them to a place because you haven't gone there yourself and you haven't allowed a coach to take you there as well. So this is an energetic requirement if you want people to trust you. You've got to hire a coach yourself. Another thing that you got to do is go to live events. It's awesome to be able to learn online and to be able to learn virtually. It's very convenient. And there's an element of live events that you just can't get online. One of the big things is you're in a room full of a lot of people that are sharing their belief in coaching or experiences or asking questions that you didn't even know you had. And this collective energy is really critical to see what's possible, especially again with transformational coaching. You have to see what's possible in the energy. A lot of people ask me, why am I so confident and why am I so certain in coaching? And it's because I've been doing this for a long, long time. I've attended over 350 days of live events over the course of my 15 years. I've facilitated a ton of workshops, I've assisted a ton of workshops, and I've participated in a ton of workshops. So I've been in the conversation of transformation so many times that it's normal to me, it's familiar to me, and it's relatively simple to facilitate transformation, but that takes effort. It takes energy and it takes an investment into live events. The other thing you got to do is study the mind of your seeker. Your seeker is the one that's seeking the information that you have, not necessarily seeking you as a person, but seeking the information you've learned and you can share. You've got to study their mind. Where are they? What are they thinking about? What are they afraid of? What do they not trust anymore? What are their buying patterns? Where are they? This is your most valuable asset in business from a strategic standpoint, is your seeker's perspective. If you understand your seeker's perspective, then you can essentially write your own ticket when it comes to coaching, because you'll know what they need, you'll know what they're buying, you'll know what they're searching for, you'll know what they want. They will tell you how to sell them packages. They will tell you what they want to buy. They will tell you how much they'll pay if you study their mind. And way too many people spend too much time focusing on what they want to teach rather than what their seeker wants to learn. And then finally, you've got to find your signature, your unique value. Your value comes from the lessons you've learned through the conflicts you've experienced in life. So your lessons and your value come from the things that you might not even want anybody to know about you. But if you're going to get into transformational coaching especially, people need to trust that you've been through rough times and they want to know the lessons that you've learned from going through those challenging times. Everybody has value, but most people in my experience don't really truly know what their value is. When the intellect is involved to try to figure out what you should be talking about, the intellect will almost always get it wrong. So I've started to do what I'm calling signature value sessions, where you answer 10 questions that I give you, and then we spend 60 minutes on the phone, and I will tell you what I believe your signature value is in this market. I just have an ear to listen for the way you say things and what's marketable the way it's coming out of your mouth. And so far the sessions that we've had have been really powerful for people as I've been kind of highlighting what's coming out of them so smoothly, and our genius is usually unconscious to us, or at least we dismiss it. So signature value is critical for you to understand, and it's very difficult for you to get on your own. I do this work, I do those sessions, and it's still hard for me to find my value. I'm asking people all the time, what is it that I say that you like? Or what are the stories that you remember that I've shared? I mean, we just don't have the right perspective to see what the market will think is the most valuable for us. So if you're interested in one of those sessions, there's a way to register for it here in the description of the video. Now, the second and the third phase, I'm not going to go really deep. I'm going to keep this high level because this is where so many of the individual details lie. The second phase is to get visible. And essentially, this is marketing. So many people are focused on how to get more subscribers on YouTube or how to get more followers and fans on the social media platforms. What are the funnels that I need to do? What are the sales funnels or marketing funnels, etc.? And all of that is visibility. How can people find you? But being visible is not important, and it's actually dangerous if you're not valuable. And you have to feel valuable yourself. Otherwise, one of the worst things you can do if you don't have certainty is to be visible. So when it comes to getting visible, there are three things I want to talk to you about. The first one is to give them experiences. In today's world, people don't trust front-end sales pitches anywhere near like they used to in the past. And one of the reasons is a lot of us have been taken advantage of by sales pitches that we bought out of temptation or out of desperation or out of urgency, and then we didn't really get what we thought we were going to get. So a lot of people don't trust sales pitches anymore. That's why they need to feel our work. So instead of selling them expectations, offer them experiences, because they can't deny the experiences that they have. So whatever your work is, I want you to ask yourself, how can you give them an experience that they cannot deny of your work for free? Give the good stuff away for free. A lot of people are scared to do that because they think if I give them the good stuff, then they won't buy the other stuff. It's actually the reverse. The better your stuff is for free, the more likely they will be to buy your other products, because if your free stuff is really good, then man, they're going to be really excited about what they pay for. Offline is where I think most new coaches should build their value and build their confidence and build their certainty. There are audiences all around you. Find an organization that has meetings all around you, call them up, send them an email, ask them if they bring speakers in, and just go talk. When I first started, I probably did between 20 and 25 local events for free. I just went out and I spoke to anybody that would listen about just about anything that I felt like I could speak to and they were interested in, and that got me in motion. And there are muscles that you need to build that don't even depend on what content you're talking about. So just getting in front of people and speaking, preparing a speech, talking about yourself in your introduction. How do you handle yourself afterwards? How do you handle referrals? All of those things are independent of the content that you're talking about. When you do go online, my advice is to build a classroom. I think you have two choices. You can build a boiler room where it's all about sales, or you can build a classroom where it's all about teaching. You're probably a teacher if you're still listening to me. Otherwise, I probably would have ticked you off a long time ago. If you're a teacher and you want to share transformation, you've got to teach people inside of a classroom. You've got to do things like create a YouTube channel or give them free experiences that they can get into student mode and consume. Consumption is a big, big word nowadays. How can you give people a consumption experience while they're wanting to learn, rather than try to interrupt them when they're scrolling through social media and try to sell them something right away? Way too many people are trying to get really good and sell something without developing their message, without developing their certainty. So building a classroom is critical, because when people enter your space, they want to know that you've been teaching this for a while. And that doesn't mean you have to have 10 years worth of videos on YouTube and you have to have 100 published videos, but they need to see that there's something here, there's substance here. This isn't just a facade. And then the third thing here is to get valued. And what that means is sales. This is where people pay you money. That's how they show that you are valued. That's how they show that they are valuing you. And really all you got to do is, once you give them a free experience, to offer them something for a fee, you just offer them more. So if you like that experience and you want more, I have a program that you might be interested in. Now, the best way to sell private coaching is to do free consultations. Get people on the line, give them that experience, and then offer them more coaching. Now, a lot of people have some resistance around free consultations, and some of it is just like, I don't want to give my time away for free. But more often than not, it's I don't know what to say. I created a free consultation guide with the steps that I suggest you follow. I just got an email the other day that said he signed up, I want to say 10 clients in a small amount of time just following my free consultation guide, which is really cool. And I love celebrating people that are just going out there and doing the work and actually getting some success. All right, so that's the high-level view of these 3 phases. And all of the details that most people are looking for, the exact right things to do, those are seeker, platform, and content dependent. Meaning, I can't tell you what you should do in your coaching business unless I know who your seeker is and what platform they are on looking to purchase coaching and what's your content. If I don't know these 3 variables, then it would be irresponsible of me to tell you what to do. And if you look out into the coaching world, there are plenty of people telling you this is exactly what to do, and sometimes they explicitly say, this works for anybody in any market selling anything for any price. And I'm going to keep this clean and PG, but I've got some pretty choice words around people that are selling this one-size-fits-all approach in an individual endeavor like private coaching when you as the product are totally unique. Now, if you want our support with some of those conversations so that we can help you decide what some of those individual choices are that you should be making, then jump on the phone with us. There's a way to sign up for a free strategy consultation in the description of the video here, and we're happy to jump on the phone, ask you questions about those 3 variables, and find out what it is that really truly lights you up so that we can help you decide what path you should be taking in your transformational coaching business. And the bottom line is, I want you to keep things simple. Don't make it complicated. Get good and go help people. I probably should have just said that. Like this whole video could have been 6 seconds long. Get good and go help. Now, if you like this video, let's dive deeper into phase 1. Watch that video where I talk about life coach certifications, whether you need them or not, and how to choose the right one for you. I'm going to give you my thoughts based on well over a decade in this industry, and I'll let you know why my answer is emphatically no. And yes, I'll explain.